Hi. Do you know what is shocking and interesting about resolutions? Over 91% of the people break their resolutions in probably first few days to few weeks. And you know what is more interesting? Before making the resolutions, they are 100% confident that they will never break it this time. What's happening here? Once they break the resolutions, they will again make the resolutions. It doesn't matter whether it's a new year or a birthday or some major festival, some reason. And this cycle repeats year after year. Because they don't follow their resolutions, the meme fest starts like this. Trust me, if you don't do something about it, this cycle will repeat year after year, year after year. And you know what? Lot of people, because they don't follow through, they don't even make a resolution. Then there is no question of disappointment, right? And the best part is they make fun of those who make resolutions. In fact, I was there at one of the organizations the other day. I asked them, how many of you made resolutions? They looked at me as if I've asked some weird question, and people started making fun out of, oh, you make resolutions, is it? Quite common phenomena. And you know what? These people either are super good at following their discipline, which is about 7% or 9% that we talked about, or those who have tried several times, failed all the time, and they don't want any more disappointment in their lives. You know what they say? How do you break a resolution when you don't make one? Is that going to do any good to us? Probably not. So we need to find a method or a hack out of this. Why do we make and break resolutions? Is there a way out? Can we do something about it? Let's discover. Hi, my name is Neeraj Kumar. I help people from various walks of life, professionals from various Fortune 500 companies, self-employed professionals like doctors, lawyers, bureaucrats, politicians, students, homemakers, and my purpose is to help people enhance the quality of their life. Do you know the number one reason why we break resolutions? It is because we have grossly underestimated the enemy we are fighting with. That enemy is too strong. It will beat you every single time. What is that enemy? It is our negative habits. You know, the negative habit, the habits that we have nurtured, whether it could be oversleeping or not exercising or being lazy, these habits defeat us every single time that we want to fight. You know why? Because 90% of the time, I want you to remember this, 90% of the time we are on an autopilot mode. Can you believe overnight you are trying to defeat a behavior that is 90% of the time on an autopilot mode? Just not possible. So then how do we defeat this enemy, or how do we change our habits? You know, they say it takes anywhere between 16 to 65 days to change a habit as per the research from University of London. And popular number of days we know, it is 21 days. But the biggest problem is we do not have the resilience and the perseverance to maintain it for 21 days. So every time we try 1 or 2 days, and again we go back to our rut on a daily routine. So what do we do about it? What we want is immediate results. So the question of waiting for 21 days doesn't arise. We need immediate results. So what we need is a hack from the neuroscience that can help you defeat this enemy. Isn't it interesting? Let's discover more about it. Do you know, just like any other computer, this supercomputer between our ears has a language. We all know that if we want to program something, we don't talk to the computer in our mother tongue. No brainer, right? So similarly, there is a language for this computer, and 99% haven't decoded that yet. So how do we apply this to beating these negative habits? They're too strong to be taken head on. What if we are able to find a hack? What if we are able to find a method to bypass the loop or the habit that we are trying to defeat? Let me take a metaphorical example. You are on a treasure hunt, and you know the treasure is inside the fort, and you have to get inside the fort to get the treasure. But what's the problem? The biggest problem is there is a monster right outside the fort guarding the fort. You can never defeat the monster. You will have to take him head on, but not possible. We know that. So, but we have to get inside the fort. So what do? Wait for the monster to sleep. That's exactly the metaphor we want to use. This habit that we are trying to defeat, it is so huge that we cannot take head on. But can we do it? We will discuss that in the next video. But right now, we cannot defeat, so we have to bypass the habit. That means we have to sneak inside the fort while the monster is taking a nap. We have to bypass the habit loop even before the habit kicks in. Research has shown that it takes anywhere between 3 to 5 seconds for any habit to kick in our basal ganglia, which is the place where our habits and emotions and motor functions are stored. So I repeat, it takes anywhere around 3 to 5 seconds for the habits kick in. So if we do anything before 3 seconds, we can bypass the habit loop. That means this monster is sleeping. I'm not saying all the habits are negative. I'm only specifically referring to those habits which prevent us from becoming who we want to be. You get what I'm saying now? That's exactly the problem. These habits will prevent us. For example, we want to exercise. What's our habit? It says, you know what? Let's do it tomorrow. We want to study. What does our habit say? Let's do it tomorrow. When will the habit get awakened? After 3 seconds, after 5 seconds. But what if we are able to take action before 3 seconds? That's how we bypass the habit loop that is yet to kick in. See, I'll tell you, why does our brain work like this? Brain is like mother. It wants us to be safe. If it senses anything outside the comfort zone, it kicks in. It says, you know what? Don't do it. It is something that you've never done before. For example, you want to exercise and you want to go on a long run, or you want to study something that's outside your comfort zone. And brain says, you know what? Don't do it. It's not your habit to do something outside your comfort zone. That's exactly why our brains are so powerful in keeping us safe and healthy. But it doesn't know that if we are in the comfort zone, we will never grow. So if we change our habits, at this point of time, we may not change our habits, but we bypass the loop of habits. To cut the story short, all I'm trying to say is take action before 3 seconds. That means, if you remember, we go back to our school days when we were getting ready for a running race. It says 3, 2, 1, go. That's it. It takes about 3 seconds. You decide something, you want to do something, say 3, 2, 1. Bring it in front of you. Say 3, 2, 1, go. Just get up and start doing the activity. So Neeraj, where do I apply this technique? Very simple. You've been trying to clean your cupboard for years and you've been procrastinating. All you need to do is, the moment that idea of, yes, I need to clean my cupboard comes into your mind, say 3, 2, 1, aloud. I repeat, 3, 2, 1, go. Just start cleaning the cupboard. Do not allow more than 3 to 5 seconds. You know what? Who will wake up if you wait for 3 to 5 seconds? The habit, the monster. Remember this, it's a monster that's preventing you from achieving everything you need, and that's exactly outside our comfort zone. The moment you say, should I clean or not? Oh my God, is it the right time? Guess how many seconds have passed? 5 seconds. Who wakes up? The monster. And it says, you know what? Probably it's not very urgent, we will do it tomorrow. The tomorrow never comes. So where else can you apply this? I'm taking some very simple examples. Let's get into a little complex examples as we move on. We can apply this for cleaning our vehicle. We've been trying to clean our vehicle for a very long time, isn't it? Just get an idea, just go. Clean your vehicle, clean your room. For example, you want to exercise. The idea of exercise kicks in. If you wait for 3 seconds, what will the brain talk you into? You know what? Weather is not good, it's too heavy, you're tired. Why don't we do it tomorrow? Sounds familiar? That's exactly what happens. The moment you say, I need to exercise, don't think. Just get up, put on your sneakers, go for a walk. Simple as that. Or you want to do some yoga, start doing it. You want to study. The moment you say, I want to study, again, don't analyze. Don't allow the habit to wake up. Don't allow the basal ganglia to get activated. By the way, basal ganglia gets activated anywhere between few milliseconds to around 3 seconds or 5 seconds, depending on the complexity. It's too complex a topic. Let's not get into the physiology of brain, but I'm just letting you know how this works. You can apply this to anything. All you need to do is start the activity. And there's something interesting happens. The moment you start the activity, momentum kicks in. You don't stop instantly, right? For example, you start cleaning your vehicle or a car. I've done it for 1 minute, let me stop. You don't do that. The activity kicks in. So habit is confused. What's happening with me? The monster is confused even before it realizes you are inside the fort for the treasure hunt. Where else can you apply this technique? Simple. You're a professional. You are in a meeting. You want to say something. You want to express yourself. You want to go on talk. If you give a longer time, what does your brain tell you? No. It is not safe to go there and talk or to express. You know why? Your habit is to keep quiet. The habit loops kick in. Just imagine you're on a social media, you're scrolling through, you're binging on reels after reels. The moment you get an idea, why am I binging so much? The moment you get an idea, 3 to 1, switch it off. The moment you say, let me see one more roll or a video, you're finished. Who wakes up? The negative habit, the monster. What's your habit? Binging. Now you see how it works? Just do it. Take Nike's advice and add one more word. Just do it now. You must be wondering, where does this concept find its roots? It's coming directly from Bhagavad Gita. This is shocking, isn't it? This is so powerful. Arjuna gives up. Krishna says, Klaibhyamasma gamah partha naitatve upapadyate kshudram hridaya daurbalyam tyaktotishta parantapa. What a powerful statement. Kshudram hridaya daurbalyam. You're fighting a silly weakness of your heart. Don't be impotent mentally. Awake and arise right now, at once. Tyaktotishta. Instantly wake up. He didn't talk about basal ganglia back then. I understand that's the spirit. This is as per the research. There have been several books published on this concept. One of the finest books you can read is by Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. This person has written a book called The Flow. You can read another book where it decodes a lot about habits by Charles Duhigg. It's called The Power of Habit. Another beautiful book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. He talks about once you develop a habit and you do it for a couple of minutes on a daily basis, it's not the duration. It's about the discipline of developing a habit of studying, cleaning, reading, exercising. That's how you develop this muscle. And there's another beautiful book by Mel Robbins. She talks about 5-second rule and she gives a lot of testimonials which talks about how this concept has changed millions of lives. So we all go back to the source of knowledge where we say, if we can't beat the monster, we will hack the monster's behavior. And after some time, it becomes a part of who you are. Now you must be wondering, but you know what, Neeraj? People say think before you take a leap. How does it work? Can it be applied for all the situations? Probably not. And it should not be. For example, you're not happy with your job. You're angry with your boss. You know what you say? Neeraj just told take instant action. 3 to 1. Let me submit my resignation. Not a very good idea. You want to talk about an investment. I want to put so much money. No, you cannot make a decision just like that. That needs a thorough examination, analysis. We cannot leave the intelligence inside the room. So what's the formula where we can apply this and where we should not be applying this? Very, very simple. If the outcome has any unfavorable impact on you and your life, do not apply 3 to 1 go rule. Simple. I repeat, if the outcome has a negative connotation or a negative impact, do not apply. For example, what's the negative impact of cleaning cupboard? None. What's the negative impact of studying? None. What's the negative impact of cleaning your car? None. Right? So when in these kind of situations, all you need to do is 3 to 1, go. And don't believe me, try this out. And you know what? There is a voice inside that's always watching us which says, you know what? Dude, you're a hero. And that's an interesting voice. We need to strengthen it. This is an absolutely a breakthrough technique in the human psychology. I have used it. I've been explaining this. I've been sharing this with hundreds and thousands of professionals. And they all come back to me and say, Neeraj, this is a killer technique. And I use it for waking up in the morning. I use it for exercising. I use it for studying. lot of people have finished their projects, certifications. Some people have gotten so disciplined about waking up in the morning. All they do is the moment alarm goes, 3, 2, 1, go, they just wake up, don't think. Because the moment you think, your habits kick in and the monster wakes up and puts you to sleep. So just get up. I know, Neeraj, but it'll be too sleepy. That's a patch of 3 minutes. That's a patch of 5 minutes. Take huge deep breath. Your sleep will disappear. Trust me. It is too powerful and it's too rewarding once we start practicing it. A very simple technique, extremely powerful and extremely rewarding. Having said, is this the technique that we just use all the time? Shouldn't we focus on developing some real good habits so that we slay the monster into pieces? Absolutely. There is a beautiful method where we take on this monster head on, but not with might, but with intelligence. I'm sure you must be very curious to know how this tool works. How do we develop those great habits? How do we slay the monster? Coming up in the part 2 of this video.